So now we're in Foshan Zumiao, which is a temple. It's about 1,000 years old. It's a temple to the god of flooding, or to protect against flooding, because I think this area must have had problems with flooding, so they built this temple. But then it was destroyed in the Yuan dynasty. We've come here because they're going to have a lion dance soon, so it's awesome to see the Cantonese lion dance. It's pretty acrobatic quite often, so we'll see if they're jumping on the poles and stuff, because it's quite good to see. Walking down this whole stairs, just heard the Feihong music. Feihong's kind of like Yip Man. He's an old kung fu folk hero. If you haven't seen the Feihong movies, look them up. Especially the first few are pretty good to watch if you're into kung fu movies. So it seems like a lot of these tourist attractions now have this kind of setup. Instead of a ticket office, like you can see, ticket office is shut. So basically what you got to do is, before you come here, get your WeChat or something set up with your credit card or that kind of thing, and you scan the code and follow the steps, and this one's 20 yuan for a ticket, and then and I think it gives you a QR code at the end that you'll scan at the entry gate. Foshan Zumiao Museum. Now we're in one of the halls of the museum, and they've got some displays. This area is talking about the god Beidi, and they've got some displays showing about the origin of the zodiacs, like how the years evolved and things. This graphic here shows how the god of Ape evolved from the black tortoise and the snake into a human form, and some of the other displays talk about how the god represented changed a lot. For example, from the god of war to the god of literature, and also the name changes as well to avoid certain taboos where the name clashed with ancestors of the emperor, things like that. So then from god of war to god of literature, and now the name change as well to the god of water. So this will be the context in which they were thinking about getting protection from flooding in this area. So this one here is saying at Pearl River Delta, Beidi is quite significant because this area is it's in the river delta, so the water is a big part of life here, especially back in the day. And that's cool to see. Even in Zhuhai, which is kind of a city between Guangzhou and Macau, so it's just a bit south of Guangzhou. It's kind of across the bay from Hong Kong. They've even got a Beidi temple from the Tang Dynasty, Tang Dynasty is kind of regarded as one of the great dynasties, so it's quite wealthy with a lot of rich culture. And that, the dates here, they've got 618 to 907 CE, so still quite old, and it looks like the temple's still in use today. So this one here is saying Beidi's divine function expanded to not only be the original star god, but the god of war, water, and then following that, blessings, fire prevention, fertility, fate, and also protection against diseases and calamity. They've got a big display here. We've kind of finished the Beidi section of this museum. Now we're kind of in an area that's got a lot of the architecture and talking about how the buildings were built and things like that. But you can see the ceramics that they put on the ridges of the roofs of these buildings are incredibly detailed. I'm not sure specifically for this one, but a lot of the other ones, I think, or some of the other ones might kind of depict the stories and operas. Quite interesting. If you look a little bit closer, you can see back there the man with the hand raised to his hat. Almost looks like a foreigner. I think it probably is a foreigner. All throughout China, and even you go to, like Beijing, other places, you'll see plenty of old ceramics and sculptures and things, and they'll also include foreign visitors to China during that ancient periods. And I hadn't seen these ones before, but they're incredibly detailed brick carvings. These ones are from the Qing dynasty. Now we're in one of the halls here, and it's got all the information about Feihong. Might also be called in English Feihong. Why not? Movies about Feihong. Oh yeah, the English name for the kind of, I think the main movie series is Once Upon a Time in China. Definitely check it out, they're a lot of fun to watch. We're kind of coming around to the main actual temple here. We're in the temple now, and it's I'm sure you can't really tell on this video, but the amount of detail in here is just incredible. It's unbelievable, all kinds of things. But you can also see here is a foreigner. I'm not sure if it's carrying or being squashed by a vase, and it kind of shows you the opinion of foreigners. In this screen here, you can see they also have foreigners, but they're kind of shown in a better light. They're kind of in harmony with the rest of the artwork. Because this, for example, this beam behind me was made before the Opium War, so during that time there were better relationships between foreigners and the Chinese in China at that time. And the other thing that it notes on that plaque there is about during Ming Dynasty, the ban on maritime, like basically during that time, I think it was the Japanese pirates were so dominant. One of the emperors during the Ming Dynasty basically banned all kind of maritime voyages and things like that, and trade and that sort of stuff, just because the pirates were just causing too many problems. Yeah, so we finished up at Zumiao. It's like honestly one of the best temples, maybe the best temple I've seen in China, like from a tourist point of view. The amount of detail and just artwork is just incredible. It's known for its kind of folk art, so it's certainly lived up to that reputation, absolutely for sure. We saw everything there except for the Yitman Hall. But yeah, because as I was saying before, Foshan is kind of like where all those kind of kung fu folk heroes come from. So they've got some halls dedicated to Huang Feihong and Yitman there, kind of talking about their movies and have some of the like costumes and stuff like that. This tree behind me is you buy these things, and if you manage to throw it up, it's got like a ball on the end that represents a mandarin, and if you throw it up and it manages to stick on, then apparently your wish will come true.